welcome back to my channel. My apologies for the lighting. It's a little bit weird. It's so rainy outside and I didn't know where to film in my house. Like, I couldn't do anything. So we're gonna work with what we have today. I am back finally after like 2 or 3 weeks of not doing any videos. Well, because you know, I was on vacation, I was on a cruise, on the boat with my family. It was super fun and we had a great time, and then I came back and it was my birthday. It's been so chaotic. I think I ate at the restaurant for like 5 days in a row kind of thing. It was crazy. So I didn't have any time at all to prepare for a video, and you guys know whenever I do a science video I have to do a lot of research. I always take some time to do that kind of video and I just didn't have that time for the past few weeks, but I am back today. Finally, we're gonna talk a little bit more about science. I got some questions about people asking me how homeopathic products were actually regulated and if they were regulated the same way as vitamins and natural health products. Well, I thought, hey, another video, because you guys know, maybe you don't, but if you were already subscribed, then you know that I have experience in regulatory affairs. This is actually my daytime job. Disclaimer, okay, it's really important. If you guys like homeopathic products, if you guys are taking them and you like them and it works for you, great, good for you. But I will be honest, I do not believe in homeopathic products at all. My husband and I are firm believers that they do not work. So if you are here hoping that I will tell something positive for homeopathic products, well, you are at the wrong place. Leave. Okay, like, you know, why do that to yourself and listen to a video that will just make you angry? Because I'm really being honest right now, I don't believe in homeopathic products. There's not enough articles. There's like no articles almost whatsoever that could prove that homeopathic products work. For the few articles that came out, a lot of people said that they were not conducted the right way. There were conflicts of interest. If you want to send me links to like different evidence or proof that they work, go ahead, but it has to be real proof and real evidence, not from websites that are called livingstrong.com, livinghealthy.com, eatnatural.com. Those kind of sites do not mean anything at all, so don't even bother, seriously. I do have my computer. I have definitions open already because I want you guys to really understand what is a homeopathic product, and I have the definition in front of me from the different health agencies. First of all, I will talk about Health Canada because I come from Canada, and then I will talk about the United States of America, the FDA, because I know a lot of you guys come from the US. I will not talk about EU, so Europe today, because I will have to be honest, my main expertise has been with North America regulations. I worked a little bit with the European regulations, but it was more for drugs and not for natural health products. I feel more comfortable talking to you guys about Canada and US, but if ever you're really interested about EU, Europe, then please let me know and I will try to do some research and come back to you with a part 2, I guess. Without any further ado, let's get started. So first of all, let's talk about homeopathy. Homeopathy was actually developed in the late 1700s, and it's actually based on 2 main principles. The first principle is called the law of similars, or like cure like. So if a substance causes symptoms in a healthy person, you could actually take that substance and dilute it, and it could become a homeopathic product that you could administer to another person to cure their symptoms. and illnesses. And the second principle of homeopathy is that the more the product is diluted, the more potent it is. And that is called the law of infinitesimals. So whenever you look at a homeopathic product, you will see the active ingredient on the label, and you also will see the concentration or how much the active ingredient was actually diluted to get the product. We say that these kind of products is the equivalent of putting 1 drop of an active ingredient into the ocean. So of course you will understand that a lot of the effects of these products comes from the placebo effect. Back in the days, homeopathic products were not available widely in the stores. You would have to go see a homeopath or other complementary healthcare professional who would actually assess you and would actually mix up some ingredients together and give you a homeopathic product that would be the right fit for you. They would also do a holistic assessment. It comes, you know, in a big package. Now you can actually buy homeopathic products in retail stores, and they are sometimes put right beside non-prescription drugs, and that causes a lot of confusions for consumer because sometimes some of them are looking for non-prescription drugs and they pick up a homeopathic product and that's not what they wanted. So a way to make sure that you have a homeopathic product is by actually the number that Health Canada gives. So whenever you have a homeopathic product, you will have a number called the DIN HM. So HM is for homeopathic. If you get a non-prescription drug, you will get a DIN number. And if you have a natural health product, you will have an NPN number, which is a natural product number. Health Canada, like the FDA, do not review the effectiveness of homeopathic. They just want to make sure that the product is actually safe. A lot of labs that manufacture homeopathic products have to get like all dressed up. They will have gloves, they will have like all the suit, the white suit, just to make sure that there are no contamination, because the concentration of the active ingredients in the product is so low, you're almost sure that there will be no adverse reaction whatsoever. So you really have to manufacture your product in a controlled environment to make sure that this dilution concentration stays the same throughout the manufacture of your product. The manufacturer have to apply for a license to Health Canada. The applications are assessed by the Natural and Non-Prescription Health Products Directorate of Health Canada, and they are responsible for issuing product license and evaluating the safety of the product. If you want to make claims on a homeopathic product, you have to make sure that you have reference in the literature that say that your active ingredient can actually be used for this type of symptoms. You have to make sure that you are not claiming any symptoms or any disease from the Schedule A. Schedule A, for example, is like cancer, asthma, anxiety, congestive heart failure, hypertension, hepatitis, diabetes, glaucoma. Natural health products, vitamins, and homeopathic products cannot make claim related to these diseases specifically. But other than that, you don't need a lot of evidence to get a homeopathic product approved on the market. The problem is that a lot of products before actually make claim to cure cancer or to cure asthma, and those are really severe illnesses. And even for drugs, you have to have clinical studies, multiple clinical studies to prove that it works for these diseases. And homeopathic products can just put a product out there on the shelves without any evidence and claim that it cures cancers. It doesn't make sense at all. So they actually came out with another guidance, maybe in 2015, I think. They will be more careful regarding homeopathic products, but not all of them. So most of them will actually not fall in the scope of this new guidance, but some of them will. So FDA will focus its enforcement authorities on the following kind of products. I'm gonna go read it for you guys because I don't want to get it wrong. So they will put more focus on product with reported safety concerns, product that contain or claim to contain ingredients associated with potentially significant safety concerns, such as controlled substances, for products with routes of administration other than oral or topical, for example, product used as an injection or taken nasally, products also that claim to treat or prevent serious and or life-threatening diseases and conditions such as cancer, products that are marketed to vulnerable populations, including children, pregnant women, and the elderly, or products that do not meet regulatory standards of quality, strength, or purity as required under the law. Currently, there are no FDA-approved homeopathic products. FDA do not approve homeopathic products, which means that any product currently on the market labeled as a homeopathic product has not been evaluated by the FDA for safety and effectiveness. Because they have not been approved by the FDA, these products may not meet today's standards for safety, effectiveness, and quality. That is the reason why they came out with a new guidance on homeopathic products to try to regulate products that have a higher risk for the population. A few years ago, an Australian medical council reviewed 225 control studies of homeopathic products and found that there are no health conditions for which there is reliable evidence that homeopathy is effective. Plenty of other reviews confirm this conclusion, but the Australian study is the most comprehensive one. In 2015, CBC Marketplace producers actually made a homemade recipe for a homeopathic product for pain and fever in children, and they brought out copies of a 1900 reference book as evidence for Health Canada, because that's how it works for the approval of a homeopathic product. You just bring out references and textbooks, and if it was used, I don't know when, it's good enough. After that, Health Canada began requiring that marketers of products for children do not make treatment claims unless they are backed up with scientific evidence, like real clinical trials, for example. And they changed a little bit their regulations. You cannot make claims for children under 12 years old and all that, just to make the product a little bit more safe for the general populations. I feel there's like two sides to the regulation. Health Canada and FDA are supposed to be here to make sure that what is currently on the market is safe, and I feel should also be effective for what we're looking for. I'm on the Health Canada and FDA website pretty much on an everyday basis, and I often see recalls of different natural health products that contained active ingredients that shouldn't be there. For example, ingredients that are actually contained in Viagra, for example. There's like no control whatsoever. And the problem is that there's a lack of resources right now in all the different health agencies. So even if they wanted to enforce some kind of authority there, they wouldn't even have all necessary resources to do that. And the money and the time, as consumers, we have to be aware of what we put in our body, and we have to make our own researches. A story made headlines in British Columbia where a naturopath gave a child a homeopathic product because the child was aggressive. He gave the child a product called Licinum, which is made from the saliva of a rabid dog. Of course, the concentration was so small, because at the end of the day, that's one of the principles of a homeopathic product. It didn't do anything, but honestly, you're giving a child saliva of a rabid dog. Really? I don't think any healthcare professional would think that it's a good idea, but it happened. I feel that because right now the regulations are not straightforward, they are not enforced, so-called healthcare professionals can give out natural health products and homeopathic products without thinking about the consequences or if the product is safe or not, and they may not have the right knowledge to prescribe this type of product. It's not because it's on the shelves that it works. However, unlike natural health products, which contain active ingredients in a certain concentration, and we have scientific articles and reviews that say that some of these natural health products work. Unlike them, homeopathic products, I do not believe in them at all. I do not understand how it could possibly logically work with that type of concentration. It is so minimal, and most of these effects, like I said, are placebo effects. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was quick because honestly, there's not a lot of regulation right now for homeopathic products. If I was going to do a video on drugs, I swear, I think it would be like 10 videos. So in the meantime, please subscribe if you haven't already, and please like this video if you liked it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!